A new update just dropped in KMS, and that means we have a ton of new information to go over in today's video. This update was absolutely insane and very unexpected from a lot of players. This event had everything from new events to UI changes to class balance changes, and in this video we're going to be going over everything that you need to know about this new KMST update. So to start things off, they did announce that they're going to be doing their 22nd anniversary event called Maple University. So this event is very good. It starts off by letting us know that we're going to be getting a hyper burning max coupon, which is absolutely insane. These coupons are extremely overpowered, whether you're a new player, returning player, or current player at the moment. Essentially what this coupon is a +5 levels every single time you level. So for example, if you are level 200 and you level up once, you will now become level 205 all the way up to level 260. So no matter what point you are in the game, this is absolutely insane for you. On top of that, they did announce that they're going to be doing a haste max event for the entire event. So essentially what this event is going to be is this is going to be an increased EXP event for training. So you're going to be getting more elite mobs to appear. The rune cooldowns are going to be reduced. Bounty hunter portals are going to appear more often. And soul Urda energy and fragment drops are going to be doubled. Now, I don't know if this is a permanent change. From what it sounds like, I think this is going to be a change just for the event. But nonetheless, this is absolutely insane that they threw this in here for this event. It's been so long since they've ever done a increased drop rate for some sort of event. So super nice that they're going to be increasing the soul Urda energy and the fragment drop rates during this entire event. So this event seems like one of the best training events that we've had in a very long time. So on top of the event, they also did an entire UI overhaul, pretty much changing the entire look and feel of the game, starting with the character selection screen. I mean, just look at this screen right here. It looks so much better. It looks so much cleaner. And then going over to actually selecting your character, they made it all one page, so you don't have to scroll through anymore, which looks a lot better in my opinion. This may be overwhelming to a lot of newer players in the game, but overall it looks a lot better than what it used to, where you had to scroll through the 5 selected characters or whatever it was and then go and select around that. Now you can just see them all right in front of you and select your character from there. They also changed the customization UI as well, which again, this just looks so much better than it used to. They also have different options to change the color of your hair, and overall just looks so much better than what it had used to, and definitely needed to be updated and overhauled. On top of the character selection UI, they also did change the actual interface of what everything looks like, from your EXP bar to where your IGN is placed, your HP and MP, and then the EXP and level at the bottom. And then they also have the inventory, character UI, and all that stuff at the bottom. And as you can see as well too, like even on the quick slots, like it just looks so much better. It's transparent and it's not taking up unneeded space. Again, just looks so much better than what we had before. And you can minimize it, maximize it, expand it. And again, this is just so much better, going and being able to select the amount of quick slots that you can actually see as well. These are just so much good changes that we absolutely needed in the game. And then they pretty much just like have an entire like motherboard essentially UI, where you can go and select different parts of your character where you want to go to, whether it's your equipment tab, your inventory, your star forcing, upgrading, cubing, all that stuff. It's all in one spot. So again, it just looks so much better. This is such a great change overall. And then moving to the equipment UI, again, this just looks really good. It's clean. It has everything in one spot. It's not all over the place. Your pet UI as well has changed. All this stuff has just changed and just looks so much cleaner from what it was. And then I think one of the absolute best changes here is the inventory UI change, where now things are just organized so much better. Like this whole UI just looks so much better, being able to access different parts in your inventory and being able to place things in a more organized manner. You can actually search up certain items that you want to find as well, which is super useful. I know there's been so many times where I'm actually looking for an item and I literally just cannot find it because of how cluttered my inventory space is. But with this new UI, you can actually go and search up certain items. And what's really cool about this is you can actually go and organize things depending on whether you're looking for a top, bottom, helmet, gloves, all that stuff. You can go and organize it in the left side of the UI, which is just super helpful and just makes things look a lot better and cleaner. And then I think my favorite part of this entire UI change is the actual actual item information, like this just looks so much better in my opinion. The way that it's structured, it's more clean, and again, I just think it just looks more updated, which is what we all like in a game, having it feel like it's updating with the current time. And I think my other favorite part about this entire UI change is the actual star forcing UI. Like this looks really good, I'm not gonna lie. Like this looks very good. The way that it's structured, where the stars are, where the stat increase shows, and where the percentage of success and failure is, I think it just looks really good. They have everything on here as well too in one UI. They have the star forcing, the scrolling, the cubing, the flaming, all of it is in one UI, and it's essentially your upgrading or enchantment UI, which again, it's just so much better. It makes things much more organized, less cluttered, and it makes the game feel more up to date, which is what we all like. They also did minor changes, like enhancement systems are also revamped. So like star catch is no longer going to get more difficult. So now you are not forced to go in Star Force in the Guild Castle UI. That star that used to move quicker and quicker the longer you would Star Force, that is always going to stay the same now, which is very good. They also did things like remove hidden potentials. So like when you pick up an item, it no longer is going to have that red border around it where you have to go and drag the magnifying glass and reveal the potential. All equipments are just going to spawn in your inventory with the selected potential that was rolled when picked up. So just overall little UI things and little quality of life things added, which is really good. They also did quality of life for things like flaming and cubing. So now when you're flaming and cubing, you can cube up to 3 potentials at once. So for example, if you drag a cube onto your item, you're going to get 3 options to choose from, and the same goes for flaming. So this is really nice for all players, something that needed to be adding, and something that speeds up the process of this as well. I know a lot of players were asking for this. One thing to note though, that this is only for MVP gold or higher players, and they also did little minor things like equipments are no longer going to have required stats on them. So overall, a lot of very good quality of life and UI improvements to the game. On top of all that other stuff, they did add a new MVP tier, and it's going to be called MVP Black. So we did talk about this a bit on stream a few weeks ago, and this is something that was implemented into, I believe, TMS. This is going to be a new MVP tier that is going to be reached at essentially 3k USD. And what this is going to do is change all MVP coupons that are 2x EXP buffs to 3x EXP buffs, no matter what tier you're at. And then for MVP Red and MVP Black tier members, you're going to be getting MVP 4x coupons. So that's very good. I mean, this is insane for training and grinding. So the people who are MVP Red and like to spend a lot on the game, you are going to be rewarded quite a bit. And they're also going to add something in where you get a 70% additional EXP buff. So very good there. They're also changing the MVP Star Force discount, and MVP Red / Black is going to get 7 Monster Park plus 1 MPE auto clear day, 1 free daily symbol quick pass a day, 1 free weekly symbol quick pass a week, and 1 epic dungeon auto clear per week. So incentivizing the MVP tier just a little bit more. Some people will like this change, some people won't like this change, but overall I think it's a pretty neutral change. I think it's leaning more towards good. It just incentivizes you a little bit more if you are somebody who does like to spend on the game. They also did change the boss crystal prices in this update, and this is one thing that might not come to GMS. We've seen them change and tweak boss crystal prices before, and we haven't gotten those in the past, so we'll see. Maybe this is something that we do get, maybe we don't get it, but for those of you who are curious, all bosses under normal Saren are going to be reduced by about 20%, and all bosses above normal Saren are going to be increased by 30 to 80%. So the more endgame you are, the more incentivized you are to do these bosses, and the more miso you're going to get per crystal. Now, the biggest change and the most talked about change of this entire event is the class balancing and the 2-minute changes to all classes. So for those of you who do not know, they did change every single class in the game to be a 2-minute class. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to throw up on the screen all the changes to every single class, and I'm going to timestamp it so you guys can go wherever you want to find your class. But for now, I'm just going to talk in the background and kind of discuss why I think this is such a good change overall for the game. Them changing all the classes to 2 minutes is so good for a lot of reasons, but for the number one reason, this makes balancing so much easier. This linearizes every single class in the game to make it a 2-minute and pretty much puts all classes on the same playing field. I can imagine how difficult it would be to balance 52 classes in a game, and some classes be split by 3 minutes and some being 2 minutes. So this is just going to allow them to balance classes better now and in the future direction of the game. This also is going to allow a lot of people to play in different party comps. I know one of the most annoying things before is being a 3-minute or 2-minute class in a 3-minute or 2-minute composition in a party. Some classes gain a lot of damage in these compositions and some classes lose a lot of damage. So now all classes being 2 minutes, pretty much everybody can play together, and this makes partying with whoever you want a lot easier than what it was in the past. And the last reason is this is just literally better gameplay and better game design overall. I know the combat of the game is way better when you're a 2-minute class. You're bursting more, you're more active when you're in bossing, you're doing more damage in solo bossing, and even in party bossing, 2-minute is always better no matter what. So changing all these classes from 3 minutes to 2 minutes, leveling the playing field, and giving people a better bossing experience is just overall such a good change, and I'm so excited that they went and pulled the trigger on this and made all classes 2 minutes. On top of making every single class in the game 2 minutes, they also changed all the Oz rings to be 2 minutes as well. So your Ring of Restraint or your Weapon Jump 4 or your Totaling 4, like these are all now going to be 2-minute cooldown Oz rings. So if you're a 2-minute class right now, you could essentially just permanently wear your Roar or Weapon Jump and not have to ring swap. This is very, very good for every single class in the game, and it just makes quality of life so much better, especially for 2-minute classes. And again, this just goes back to the entire balancing. This is gonna make balancing so much easier for them in the future, and I'm extremely excited to see the other changes that they're gonna do in the future with classes moving forward. And on top of all of these other changes, they also did a ton of balance changes to classes. So some classes gained a ton of final damage, some classes stayed about net neutral, and some classes even lost damage. Like the super overpowered classes, they got scaled down quite a bit. So they did a really good job here balancing classes around this 2-minute meta. And they also scaled down a lot of the 3-minute classes. So like for example, I'll use Adele. Adele had a 3-minute skill that lasted 30 seconds long and did X amount of damage. So what they did is they changed the skill entirely. They made it a 20-second skill, and they also reduced the damage on the skill. So they balanced all 3 minutes to fit in a 2-minute meta, and then they also balanced some of the damage thresholds of the 2-minute classes as well. And they also did things like give every single class in the game that didn't have an optimal dash a proper dash, and they also gave a ton of classes their own unique iframe. So a lot of very good quality of life changes added to classes. So overall, a ton of new things in this update. I think this is not overall an amazing update. I would say it's like a 9 out of 10, even leaning towards a 10 out of 10, because essentially this wasn't supposed to be a massive update, and it really was. I mean, this is game-changing updates here. Like there's a ton of new things, new UI, new events, new class changes, and new metas overall. I'm extremely excited to see what is coming in the future, because these are extremely big updates for a quote-unquote smaller update, and I can't wait to see what they have in store in these bigger winter and summer updates moving forward. They have been absolutely cooking in MapleStory, and I am very optimistic for the future. But I hope after this video, you guys are now all prepared of what is going to be coming in this new KMST. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think this is a good change, bad changes? Did your class gain damage, lose damage? How do you feel overall about this KMST update? I would love to know, but that is going to wrap up the video for today, guys. I hope you all did enjoy, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.